Heim's fifth and sixth dimensions, the origin of UAP visitations. Hi everyone, welcome back to Kubrick Monolith 2033. Today is the second episode of Burkhard Heim's 12-dimensional theory. We focus on the fifth and the sixth dimensions. Last time we touched on them as a possible waiting realm after death. Today we go deeper into their actual role. Heim first discovered the fifth and sixth dimensions when he noticed a fundamental contradiction in the universe. Everything in the cosmos tends toward entropy, stars fade, galaxies drift apart, everything slowly scatters and becomes disordered. Yet life alone moves in the opposite direction. It gathers. It organizes. It builds complexity. From a single cell it evolves into multicellular organisms, then into upright human form with consciousness. This reverse entropy process of life deeply moved Heim. He realized there must be a field beyond the material world that injects structure and order. That field is the fifth and the sixth dimensions. Why are there two dimensions? Because structuring requires both vision and timing. The fifth dimension evaluates and injects pure potential, the blueprint, the organizing force that says, this is what could be. The sixth dimension then breathes time and rhythm into it, the actual unfolding that says, now it becomes. Together they form the perfect partnership. One creates the structure, the other anchors and fixes it in place. In simple terms, the fifth and sixth dimensions have two main functions. First, they are the place of structuring and anchoring everything in the first through fourth dimensions, our material reality. This is where the birth and evolution of life happen. Second, they also serve as a quality management center for souls returning from the material world. Souls that have grown in compassion and clarity are gently guided upward to higher dimensions. Souls that still need growth are recycled back into the first through fourth dimensions for further learning. This is why 5D and 6D functions both as a waiting realm after death and as the workshop that shapes life itself. And on the exact same line as the birth and evolution of life, there is also the subtle but powerful intervention of UAP and NHI. They nudge evolution, raise consciousness, and correct timelines when needed. Because the fifth and sixth dimensions are right next door to our reality, they are the easiest layer from which higher intelligences can descend or project. That is why UAP can perform movements that break our physics, silent, instantaneous acceleration, transmedium travel, impossible turns. These are signs of freedom from our rigid 4D spacetime constraints. The beings we call NHI are most likely organic or biorobotic proxies, carefully crafted vessels operated by higher dimensional consciousness. Why proxies? Because the true form of higher dimensional consciousness is simply too intense for our biology. We have seen this pattern before. Zeus revealing his full glory burned Semele to ash. Unshielded high-energy contact left human brains and skin fried in Gary Nolan's research. So they do not appear in their raw state. Instead, they use these bioengineered forms upright, four-limbed, with a head, yet clearly not human. This design has remained almost unchanged for thousands of years across cultures because it is a deliberate, long-term choice, close enough to be recognizable, alien enough to signal that we are being visited. The same higher intelligence can project gentler forms when needed, beautiful angels, radiant light beings, or familiar ancestors. But the default proxy we see in countless sightings is this intentional otherness. The fifth and the sixth dimensions are both cradle and forge, a waiting garden and the busiest workshop in existence. Countless beings labor here, structuring stars, cells, souls, and the hubs where UAP emerge. Next time we step into the seventh and the eighth dimensions, the field where information becomes knowing and memory becomes meaning. If you have ever wondered what really happens after death or why UAP and NHI appear, stay with us. The countdown continues, every Wednesday toward the 1st of January, 2033, 0 o'clock and 2 seconds. And beyond. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.